Hey brothers and sisters, it's Matt Hatton here. It has arrived, Fables of Grimforest. I'm excited about it because I haven't seen this event yet in Empires and Puzzles. This will be the last time that we have a chance to see Fables of Grimforest in 2020 because the event only comes around twice a year. So if you don't have a chance to experience the event or kind of take a shot at some of the heroes, if you are interested in some of those from the portal, you would have to wait probably until maybe the third or fourth month of next year for the event to come back around. Maybe that's a good thing, maybe that's a bad thing. We'll talk kind of about what some of the heroes are that are in the event, and you might want to wait until next year's version of the event anyway, until they add a couple heroes. But obviously a lot of that's based on personal preference, but happy to share my thoughts as far as kind of what some of the heroes are that are available, and why I'm kind of lukewarm in terms of any type of excitement of getting any of those specific heroes. There is one that I like, which we'll get to. So as far as the event itself, again, it is the last time in 2020 that this event's going to come around. When I was thinking of this morning as far as what to go through on the event, just kind of keep it a little more tight as far as the content goes, I broke it up into 3 pieces. I'm going to go through the Grimforest Challenge event as far as what a relatively new or mid-tier player would need to know, in my opinion. Then I'll talk about the featured Grimforest hero, or the event hero for this event. And then we'll talk, just do an overview of the Grimforest event portal and some of the heroes that you have a chance of pulling if you do use challenge tokens or you use some gems. And then after that, we'll actually go and I'm going to do a few pulls. I might do one 10 pull. If I get something good in it, I'm definitely going to stop after that. If I don't, maybe another one. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. But as far as the challenge event side of Grimforest, basically there's 3 tiers, but before I get into the specifics as far as what you can get from the 3 tiers, I did want to mention one of the big things about this event is that the bosses have an ability called Elemental Barrier, which essentially is reflecting all damage of a similar element to their own back at you. So, the easy example would be if you're going against a maybe Red Hood, it's one of the mini bosses, and she's a fire hero. You absolutely don't want to put any fire heroes on your 3, 4, or 5-star teams, because all that damage and all the tiles that you're sending up to her is just going to reflect back on your heroes, and you're probably going to have no chance in making it through that stage. So, main thing, in my opinion, that's the one thing to keep in mind as far as this challenge event. So for the rare tier, basically you're limited your 3-star heroes or below. You can only use up to 2-star troops. You can only use battle items that are 2-star battle items. So like your full mana health or mana potion or your full health potion. But you can't use a lot of the other special battle items in the rare tier. So I would recommend probably filling up with small mana pots and small health potions and things like that, arrows, things that you can use that are going to help your 3-star team out a lot. Some of the notable rewards on the rare tier are if you do finish all 15 stages, which would take you 45 world flags total to get through, assuming you did each stage one time. That would net you 25 Ranger emblems, 25 Paladin emblems, and 1 Orb of Magic if you're able to finish that 15th stage. Another thing to mention is as you go through the stages, based on what your overall score is, that determines your rank in the event. So if you rank higher, and you can go into the game and kind of look at what some of those tier loot rewards are. Basically, it's essentially the better you do in the event and the higher you score and the higher you place, you have more and more chances to go after some ascendant materials and some loot. So with the epic tier, you can go in with a 4-star team of heroes. You are limited to 3-star troops though. You can use battle items all the way up to 3-star battle items. And then there are 15 stages as well, but the world flag cost is slightly higher. So in order to go through all 15 stages of the epic tier, it would actually cost you 60 world flags. Some of the notable rewards from the epic tier, if you finish all 15 stages, are 50 fighter emblems, 50 sorcerer emblems, 1 compass, and 1 sturdy shield. For the legendary tier, this is where you're going in with your best of your 5-star heroes and maybe some of your emblem 4-star heroes. You can use 4-star troops and below, so you can use the best troops that you have available. You're able to use essentially any battle item, all 4-star and below battle items. Again, 15 stages, but this one, or this tier is going to cost you 75 total world flags to get all the way to the end. The notable rewards on this one are 150 druid emblems, 150 ranger emblems, 1 hidden blade, 1 warm cape, and 1 trap tool. Now you don't see any 4-star ascension materials there, but those are, like I mentioned before, if you score higher, depending on how you end up compared to other players at the end of the event, that's when you get a chance or a roll at some of those 4-star ascendant materials. So the featured hero of the Grimforest event this time is Snow White. Out of all the legendary heroes that are available, in my opinion, Snow White is the better of all the legendary heroes. She's still not my favorite as far as what I would hope to pull. But just, talk about the odds and the costs here. Essentially, you can do 1 summon's going to cost you 10 challenge tokens. So you can see, if you can see it on my screen, I have 30 total challenge tokens right now, so that'll give me 3 summons. And then to do a 10 pull summon, that would cost you 2,600 gems. And I believe the single pull is probably like 260 to 300. We'll be able to see in a second here. I can't remember off the top of my head which one it is. I would guess it's the cheaper, maybe it's 260. The odds as far as pulling the rare, epic, or legendary are a rare event specific hero is going to be 7.9%, which is pretty low. An epic event hero is going to be 5.7%. This is going to be your 4 stars like Hansel and Gretel. And then a legendary event hero like Snow White, you only have a 1% chance. Now, what I'm not sure of is if the featured hero, Snow White, has a higher chance of the other 5-star legendaries that are part of the Grimforest family. I couldn't find anything online that said one way or the other, so I'm going to assume that it's a 1% across the board. I would hope it's not a 1% just for Snow White and that it's even less for some of the non-featured ones. But again, if anybody knows that's watching the video, if you can just leave a comment and let me know and let everybody else know, that would be great information. Because like I said, I could not find it anywhere. In addition, with Snow White, she is a B-rated tank or flank. She's a cleric, so she gets Mana Shield. Mana Shield will give a hero protection against any type of mana debuffs that are coming at them. It also protects Snow White from her specials being blocked or prevented from going off against the enemy team. So that's pretty cool. She does dispel all buffs and status ailments from all allies and all enemies. So she's essentially like a super buffer debuffer. When she goes off, even though her mana speed is slow, she's wiping all the buffs off the enemy team that are positive, and then she's taking all the negative buffs off of your team, all in one swoop. So that's pretty cool. In addition, when she deals 180% damage to all enemies, but as she's debuffing the enemy team, she's actually adding 15% damage to her attack to all enemies, and the max is 420%. But you can see where if you use Snow White against a team that has buffs on 4 out of 5 of their heroes, or maybe across the board, and she takes all that off, she's really hitting very hard when she hits all enemies. I mean, 420% damage on her base attack of 756 is pretty good damage. I mean, for a slow hero, you would expect that to have some pretty good specials, or I should say you would hope that they do. Some don't. But the other nice thing about Snow White is if you're dealing with like a rush attack event or something where essentially mana speed goes out the window and she's already going at fast or super fast like all the other heroes are very fast, then her special instantly becomes very cool. I would see that's probably where she would excel. I wouldn't need her so much. I already have Agar or Ager, however you say it, for my ice tank. But Snow White's not bad. She's definitely the best, in my opinion, of the legendaries that are available in Grimforest. Being part of that family The Grimforest family bonus is plus 3, 6, 10, or 15% attack. What's also really cool is they also get plus 5, 10, 15, or 20% defense, depending on how many of the Grimforest family heroes that you have in your team. So out of all the family bonuses, I personally think Grimforest is the best as far as getting an attack buff and a defense buff for your heroes. That's a pretty good combo. I actually like it a lot better than some of the other family bonuses, like the mana speed or mana regen, things like that. I should say that's probably one of the key positives as far as my opinion about the Grimforest family. So as far as the rare and epics, we have the rare featured hero, or the Grimforest hero, being Pixie. She's a B-rated wing. Gretel, being at average speed with her abilities, is a B+, flank or wing. And then the hero that I am most excited about, if I can pull, is not one of the 5 stars. It's actually Hansel, because I would love to have Hansel on my 4-star teams, or even be able to use Hansel, mix and match and put him on, maybe some of my nature teams or some of my 5-star teams. Hansel's pretty good because he runs at fast mana speed. He deals 255% damage to a single target, but then he puts that what you could call a debuff, I guess. He puts that debuff on his target, which is essentially doing automatically 21% damage when the target's mana fills up. So essentially, the buff or debuff sits on the enemy, and then when you're throwing tiles into them, when their mana hits 100%, automatically they get a small piece of damage, which probably doesn't make that too much of a difference, but it reduces their mana by 50% or cuts it in half. So that's a good way to basically put a preventive debuff on one of the targets on the enemy team. So I really like that. He also gets plus 75% defense on it himself as well. So Hansel, by far the best hero as far as what we have available. For the legendary heroes, Boss Wolf is a B-rated tank. Not going to really get too much into him. He is a very slow mana speed. Doesn't really have anything that stands out as being really, really attractive as a dark tank. Red Hood is a your fire legendary. She runs at average speed. She's 131% damage to all enemies. Summons a fox minion. I don't know. You can take a look at some of these abilities on your own online, but Red Hood is, again, not another hero that I would really like to have, or that I would really put any type of resources as far as leveling or embleming, honestly, with some of the other heroes that I would want to work on first. And then Rumpelstiltskin, he's kind of a Dansborough type character where he's running at average mana speed, and then when his special goes off, he just kind of puts a random effect, a random special out there, which I'm not a big fan of those heroes. He is rated as a B for like a flank or a wing, but again, nothing special here. For Puss in Boots, this is a B rated tank, flank, or wing. The fact that Puss in Boots is in the rogue class, there's a lot of heroes that would come ahead, in terms of like embleming or leveling up. So, again, just kind of cool heroes to look at, but nothing really to get excited about. So what I would recommend as far as the event in general is, if you're on a budget or you're cheap to play, just essentially focus on the challenge event, get as far as you can, see if you can get some ascendant materials. Those emblems are nice. We're getting double emblems now on the events, as post patch that came out a couple days ago in October. So that's a good thing. But there are too many good events that are coming up either later this month or later this year. So if you have some gems, unless there's a specific hero you really want to get, my recommendation would be just kind of sit tight and wait it out, collect some more gems, and then use it in an event or a summon portal where you can really get some better stuff for your team. So let's go over to my base, and I'm sitting here talking about not doing pulls, and then now I'm going to do a pull. But this is for content, and again, I have a lot of the heroes from some of the other events that I've already experienced, and I don't have any Grimforest heroes, so it'd be cool for me at least to get 1 or 2. But let's see what happens. The odds in this event are pretty low. So, so the single pull here, the summon is 300 gems. All right, so we're gonna do a 10 pull. Let's see if we get any of them. All right, Nashgar, Carver, Gretel. Okay, I'll take it. Renfeld, Gunner, Pixie, not bad. She kind of creeps me out. Rumpelstiltskin, legendary 5. Okay. Tibertus, Gunner, Valen. Okay, so I was not expecting that. So we got Gretel. I would like to get Hansel, but Gretel's very similar. Just runs at average speed. Looks like I think the attack, defense, and health are slightly different, just within a couple points, but I'll take Gretel for sure. And what we got, Pixie. Again, I don't know. This hero kind of just creeps me out a little bit. But, I'll put her on the 3-star. And then Rumpelstiltskin. Out of the 5-star legendaries, this is probably my least favorite, honestly. So, good for the collection, but I don't know. All right, you know what? I'm gonna stop there. I'm gonna control myself and save my gems for the next event. Set a good example. But like and subscribe or comment. I have about 4 videos that are getting ready to come out over the next probably 5 to 6 days. Most of the content's done. I just gotta kind of put some finishing touches on it, record it, and get it posted. So would love to have you guys check out that video or that content as well as it comes out. And for this content, share how you feel about Grimforest, if you like it or you don't. If you don't like Grimforest, it'd be cool to kind of share what your favorite event is in Empires and Puzzles. But anyway, I'm going to wrap it up. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll get this uploaded quickly, and then I'll get to work, and let's get some other videos out there quick for you guys. All right, take care.